Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this get ready with me video. This is the outfit, the makeup and the nail varnish I wore to my graduation, which was actually a couple of days ago. I didn't have time the morning of to film, but I thought I would film a get ready of what I wore in terms of makeup and also my outfit as well, because it was cruelty-free and secondhand. And also this way I can talk to you a little bit about the day, and I wanted to talk about uni in general a little bit, but I specifically wanted to keep this video positive because obviously graduation, it's supposed to be a happy time. You may know or you may not know, I didn't particularly love uni for various reasons which I won't go into in this video, but I'm going to keep it balanced, don't worry. This video is going to focus on the things I liked about uni, but I will do a follow-up video on things I didn't like so much. I don't really know quite how to do that video because I don't know if me just sitting here saying like I didn't like this and I didn't like this, or me just recounting my own experience. I don't know if that'll be interesting, so let me know how you wanted to see that, because I did mention a while ago I'd do it and I am still going to do it, because even though it doesn't really make me super comfortable to say my exact experience, if that's going to help somebody else who's potentially going to go to uni or who is at uni, I will do that, because that's what I wish I had when I was at uni or before I went to uni. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. But without further ado, I have already done my base. I'm sorry. I have already done it. I was on autopilot, but I'll show you what I wore, and also I've worn this exact combination in a couple of videos and I've talked about the products that I'm wearing, so I'll link anything to do with that, I'll link down below in case you want to know more information about these products. But what I've got on my face at the moment is this BE Pre-Makeup Primer, which is a silicone based primer mixed in with a bit of this Illuminator by W7, and then for some coverage I took also a BE product. This is their Flawless Silk Foundation. I love this product. I've mentioned it in a favourites video before, I'm still a huge fan, but I actually mixed in a bit of this LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation because this is long wearing. I have to say this wears really nicely, so I thought the combination of these for a day where, you know, I was doing my makeup really early in the morning and it was going to have to last quite a while, I thought this would be a good combo. I also put some SPF on underneath, but that's what I'm wearing at the moment, and like I say, if you want to know more about these, I'll link that info down below. Before I go on with my makeup, I think I'll show you what I wore. So I actually picked this up for £4 in a charity shop. It's this white lace dress. I will insert some pictures of me wearing it and also close-ups of the dress itself, because it's very pretty, and I've never heard of this brand before. The brand is bobo.su or bobo.su, but it's got this very high neck, sort of like a Victorian style collar, and then this sort of crochet detailing down the middle, and it just kind of flares out. It's 3/4 length sleeve, and this looked actually really nice. It's quite hard to pick a dress for graduation because you've got to try and think of something that's going to go well with the gown, but the cut of this looked really nice with the gown because it was kind of conservative because it had the high neck, but it's quite short. I mean, I'm quite short anyway, but it's, you know, it's above the knee, so I feel like it looked alright. It looks pretty good, and for £4, what a steal, and second hand as well. I think I got it from the Cancer Research charity shop. I know some people don't shop at Cancer Research because obviously animal testing, but I don't know, cancer is a cause close to the old heart, so yeah, I do shop at Cancer Research. That might be controversial, but that's just the truth. So this is what the dress looks like on. It's very Alexa Chung actually. I wore it with some black platform shoes which I've had for years. I can't even remember where they're from. I've had them for about 10 years and they're pretty much the only heels I wear. My hair's not playing ball today, but it didn't really play ball on the day, so it's kind of on theme. But yeah, I'm just going to crack on with the makeup now. So I took this Lottie London Got It Covered concealer for under my eyes, and this is a really nice hydrating concealer. It's kind of medium coverage, but because the base I put on was pretty full coverage, I didn't mind that. Where's my blender? Oh, it's up here. I actually set my face with the Cover FX loose powder on the day, but I think I've left that at a friend's house, so I'm just taking this pressed powder by B, which is not, I mean, it's alright. I wouldn't say run out and buy it straight away, but yeah, it does the job. I prefer a loose powder, to be honest, to set my entire face. If I want my makeup to last a long time, I prefer a loose powder. And then for bronzer, I'm so happy I got this before graduation because every other bronzer I was wearing just looks so orangey, but this is perfect. It's the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. It does smell very strongly of coconut. I have to just make that very clear. Like, I don't mind that scent, but I don't think it will be for everyone. But the effect of this bronzer, this is a powder brush and I just took it a little bit squeezed and just added some colour to my face. So yeah, I guess I'll talk a little bit about graduation now. If you don't know anything about graduation, basically it's when you get your degree, like the formal piece of paper, and you go up on stage, shake the hands of someone. I don't know who she was, I did not recognise her. But yes, you get your name called out, you shake the person's hand, you go and sit down again, you wear the little hat. My experience was a little bit different to that. I mean, I feel like this kind of sums up my uni experience, because I always have to be a little bit different, you know? It just always has to be a bit different for me. I don't know why I can't just merge in with the crowd and do what everyone else is doing, but apparently I can't. We turned up at the venue and there were graduates around, but they were actually from the ceremony before. The lady came up to us and she was very panicked. I feel like her panic kind of made me panic, but she said, everybody's already sat down, you need to be inside now, like you should be inside, already sat down in your seat now. And so I was there like, ruh-roh. So my family are ushered off into the guest entrance. I go to pick up my gown, this lady's fretting, and the guy at the gown and the hat hire place, he says, okay, cool, he takes my name and he says, okay, can I just see your ID quickly? I said, I don't have my ID on me. I don't have any pockets. I don't know if you know, but this dress doesn't have any pockets. I literally didn't have a bag, didn't have anything. He said, okay, that's fine, can I just see your confirmation email? I said, babes, I don't have anything on me, I'm sorry. I don't have anything. So then he said, he was one of those people that took his job quite seriously, you know those people. And I understand, he was saying like, oh, a lot of people try to wangle a free dress out of us, a free gown out of us, which I get, you know, they got their terms and conditions. But I'd paid, what was it, like £60 to hire this gown, and I was in a rush. I literally had less than a minute before the ceremony was about to start. All my own fault, don't get me wrong, all my own fault. But yes, he wasn't having any of it, so I went off to try and find my family to get my phone or my ID. Oh no, my phone was broken. That was the thing, my phone was broken. So I was going to try and find their phone, to use their phone, to log onto my email, to show them my confirmation email. Anyway, I bumped into this lady who I think was quite high up in the ceremony. She was organising it or something. And she gave me star treatment. She escorted me. She said to him, just give her the gown, like it'll be fine. She'll show you her ID afterwards. She escorted me in this like side entrance into the ceremony. I sat like 3 rows back from everybody else. It was great. It was a real like wholesome experience. And then they had to add my name on to the end of the ceremony because they'd already done all the business students. It was business, then economics or industrial economics or something like that. So then he had to call it all out again, saying management, honours, blah 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 blah, and then said my name. He then said my name wrong, which was fine. My surname's Italian, so people get it wrong all the time. But yeah, shook the lady's hand, started to walk off stage, and all the lights came up, and then the lady said, okay, everyone give everybody a huge round of applause, because everyone had just finished doing the ceremony. And I had to walk through the huge audience with all the lights on and everyone was clapping. I didn't enjoy that, I have to tell you. I did not enjoy that. So yes, it was a very sweaty, stressful, like, rushed experience, but it was fine. Like, I just got out of there as soon as I could, went to go see my family, we got some pictures taken. I didn't tell you what I was doing, but I put the bronzer in my crease. I just wanted to keep it simple. I put my bronzer in my crease, and then I took this highlight from this Arbonne palette just on my lid. It's just a gold shadow. Nothing too fancy. I wanted to keep the eye makeup kind of minimal because I wanted to do winged liner and I wanted it not to look too heavy. But yeah, so that was my experience. Like I say, a sweaty, nervous one, but I feel like it was probably going to be anyway. Also, as I was walking out, I saw my friend from my course, and my friends on my course are few and far between. I don't know if it's business students that I quite like just keep your head down and don't make friends, or if it's just me being an introvert, but I don't have many friends on my course. But I've got this one friend who really did get me through the course, like we really helped each other. But I saw her as we were walking out afterwards, and she didn't have her gown or her cap on or anything, and I said, oh, I didn't see you in the ceremony, I don't think I heard your name be called either. I don't know if I missed it because I was quite late. And she said, oh yeah, I was running late too. And then I said, oh, did you miss it? And she said, no, it's at 2:15. I said, no, it was at 11:45. But the uni had messed up, the uni had sent her the wrong time, which I think is quite bad, but we just looked at each other and we were like, we'd expect nothing less. From our experience at university, we would expect nothing less. But yes, it was a nice day with the family. I'm taking this Wing Woman Lottie London liner, which has seen better days, and I'm just going to line my top lash line. Oh, actually no, I did a wing, that's what I'm going to do. This one's by Ciate, it's not that great, it's alright. My friend gave it to me because she got it in a beauty box. This pen is really dry now, so it's actually quite hard to use. For mascara, I wore my Rebel Eyes mascara. This is my favourite mascara of all time, I would say, but this one's quite dry, so I'm going to open a new one. It's by Gosh Copenhagen, and I can't remember how much it retails for. I think maybe £11, £12, but it lasts a long time. Like this one here I've had for about 4 or 5 months, and I've talked about it before. It really does lift the lash. Like it looks like it's curled, it looks like you've curled your lashes when, I mean, I never curl my lashes, I just can't be bothered. But this gives the effect that you have. And it also wears really well throughout the day. So that's why I picked this one for graduation. Mixture of these two blushes here, just on the cheeks. But there were things that I liked about uni, I want to make that really clear. Like, I did a series on my Instagram if you didn't see, and it was reasons why, #reasons why uni didn't completely suck. And if you want to join in on that, you're more than welcome to, but at the moment it's just me. And there were quite a few reasons why uni didn't completely suck. So I think you can always, even for bad things, I don't believe that everything happens for a reason. That's not my personal belief. I know some people do, but I don't believe in like a predetermined fate. I do believe though that you, in bad situations and out of bad things, you can always find some aspect that is good. And there is a difference between those two. One is like in terms of cause and effect, and you know, one is determined, one is just not, it's just by chance. And I do believe that life is just a series of chances. But yeah, even when you're not in a situation that you particularly love, I do think there are good things you can pick out and be like, right, this has taught me that, or I like that. Even if it's something tiny, you know, like I like the street art in Nottingham city centre. I thought it was really beautiful. I love Nottingham as a city in general. I think it's a small city centre, but maybe that's just because I'm comparing it to London. It's got really good secondhand stores. The vegan community there is massive. Like, I think the biggest UK vegan festival is in Nottingham, which is amazing, and there's so many vegan options everywhere. And there's a vegan in the conference centre in town. I can't remember what it's called. It's not called a vegan festival. Or is it called the Vegan Festival? Can't remember, but it's an annual one. I would highly recommend going to that because I really enjoyed that. Oh, also there were a couple of vegan salons which opened whilst I was there, one called Body and one called La Pielle. I think I've got blog posts on both of them because I tried both of them out. Basically the vegan scene is massive in Nottingham and I really enjoyed that. I think it's a really nice place. It's got a lot of culture, it's got history. Oh, I'm trying to think of something about uni specifically that I liked. The library had quite a nice view. I don't want to seem ungrateful because I know that a lot of people don't go to higher education because they feel they can't, or they just can't afford it, or you know, I am always grateful that I got an education, and I don't take that for granted at all. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it was the best time of my life because it just wasn't. But that's fine as well. Like, I do think, I've said this to people who also didn't have a great time at uni, I think that you learn a lot more from bad situations or mistakes, you know, doing things wrong, than you do when everything goes swimmingly and everything goes right. I've definitely learned a lot. I've learned a lot about people. I've met a lot of people, even though I didn't make loads of friends. Like, I've met loads of people from loads of different walks of life from all around the world, and it's really cool. That in itself is a really cool thing. But yeah, I know that a lot of girls around the world can't get an education. I know a lot of just people in general, boys and girls and everyone, you know what I mean? Like, I still am grateful, even though it wasn't the time of my life I was promised. It was okay. I would give it maybe 5 out of 10. I mean, first year was the real ball ache. Second and third year were fine. But the first year was just a real, yeah. I'll get into that in another video. For my nails, I wore this. This is the ORLY Breathable nail varnish in the shade Light as a Feather, and this is a top coat, base coat and colour all in one. So it's really convenient. It's vegan. I think this whole range is vegan. They're breathable polish, and it's definitely my favourite nail varnish formula. If you're wondering about vegan nail varnish, I've got a few questions on it, and I can do a video on it, but basically I love ORLY polishes, they're my favourite. Barry M, the jelly high shine ones are really good. The normal ones aren't great, I'm not gonna lie, like the regular range I'm not a huge fan of. Essence do nail varnish, which is cruelty free, which is fine. Like, I think they're not their regular ones, the ones in the kind of gel packaging, they're good. I'll have to wrap my brains and go through my collection to think of other ones, but yeah, I would highly recommend the ORLY formula. It's really nice and it lasted really well. I do 2 coats because the first coat kind of goes a bit spotty and then the second coat makes it really opaque. But yeah, lovely colour and kind of went with the dress. What else did I like about uni? I like decorating my room. Oh, and also with the music magazine, the uni music magazine, I got to go to loads of gigs for free and then review them. The Nottingham music scene is also really good. Got loads of venues. You've got the Bodega, Rescue Rooms, Rock City as well. Also Hockley Hustle, Rough Trade. I forgot to mention that. I love Rough Trade. And it's so strange because it's the only one outside of London. I mean, now I think there's one in Bristol, but you know, when I first went to uni, it was the only Rough Trade store outside of London. Also JT Saw, I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about here, because I don't know if there's anyone from Nottingham that watches this channel. But JT Saw was literally like somebody's living room, but they put on very small gigs, like tiny, you know, like 30 people. It was kind of scummy, but it was kind of cool scummy. Also Chameleon Cafe, is that what it's called? Chameleon Arts. It's this disguised venue. You wouldn't know it unless somebody told you about it. You wouldn't know it's there. Again, about the size of someone's living room, and went to a few gigs there as well. So all in all, I did some cool things, and I think that it's easy to overlook them when I'm kind of thinking back at uni. I don't think of it as this amazing time, but there were some small glimmering bits which I really did enjoy. Just brushed my hair and I'm gonna let my nails air dry. My hair was looking awful on the day. I didn't really prep very well, to be honest, but I did put some of this on my legs. This is the body oil by Tropic. It's so nice on the legs. I put a little bit on my arms and my hands as well, and it looked really, really pretty. So that was the last thing I wanted to mention. Oh, I forgot to say what I put on my lips, but this is by Cupid and Psyche. They are an American-based brand, and it's a natural lipstick in the shade Sunna, pale nude, kind of like a mid-tone brown nude sort of shade. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Even though this video was more of a positive one, I don't want you to think that I had a cracking time at uni, because to be honest I didn't really, but it's quite an achievement. My mum did say, like, even just finishing something is an achievement sometimes, because I was going to drop out in first year, and I will go into that in another video, but yeah, I finished it. I did it. I did that. So yeah, that's that. I'll leave this video on a high. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a lovely day, and hopefully I shall catch you in my next video. Bye!